Man, it feels good out.
Perfect.
Super perfect. All right. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Today is an interesting one. As I mentioned in the previous video, I have hit the road and I have skipped all the boring stuff and we are out into Colorado, which I am extremely excited about. So I'm joined here by a familiar face. This is John. He's been in a bunch of videos of mine. And we are in the Front Range of Denver. And today we are out at Red Rocks, as in like the famous Red Rocks Amphitheater, Red Rocks. It's actually like right over that way. And there's actually some really awesome mountain biking here. The reason this is a really important ride is because this is my first like real ride back from having COVID. If you guys hadn't seen the last video or the prior post, as soon as I hit the road, essentially I got COVID and it sucked. I had like moderate symptoms. I'd say I had a fever for a couple of days and felt real bad, but have recovered pretty quickly symptom wise. So I'm about 10 days out now as of the first like onset of symptoms. And yesterday John and I did like a truly easy pedal, like a super chill pedal that I didn't film, I just went out for. And I was actually really surprised and really happy with how I felt. So today we're giving it the real test. The reason this is so important is because what I've been telling you guys about like a trip coming up, I don't think it's any longer a surprise, but I was supposed to meet up with Brian and go on a redemption road trip in Colorado. So today's ride is kind of going to be the deciding factor of whether or not I think that we can actually make that happen, whether it's realistic. So, oh, hey, dear. So Brian is not yet here. He is kind of close, but going on this ride, and then I'll let him know later today if we're on or not. And you know, I kind of went back and forth about filming this ride because the point is not to have like some massive debate in the comments. But what I do think is, or I do know now as someone who's coming off of it, is that there's a lot of anxiety around what it's going to be like going back to physical activity. So this is for anyone else, any riders out there that either have had or do come down with it, unfortunately. And my experience going back out for a ride for the first time. There's just so much stuff out there that you can dig down in. But in the end, every single person is different. Every case is different. So the best thing I can do is just come test it out smartly and, you know, safely by myself.
Here comes your first real test.
That is the hardest effort I've done for sure. I definitely got winded, but I seem to recover just fine.
You dig it?
I'm winded.
Did you go all the way up without stopping though?
I did. Sweet. First DH. Excited for that. Obviously letting John ride up front the whole day today. Keep him upwind of me. I am definitely like, I'm far enough in that we're probably fine, but you guys know me, I play it safe. Okay. I love the rocks at the Front Range. So good. Oh gosh, nice line. Whew. Working through all this. I think we're going down mostly, but still working hard for it. Yeah, It's so hard to distinguish between the elevation and out of shape and recovery. Oh my God. Yes. Yeah. I can't even see. Nope, that ain't happening. And that's okay. All right, we've come up, you know, through our first bunch of difficult climbs, and look, I just want to reiterate, I do not want this video to be a huge argument down in the comments. This is for people that might find themselves in a similar situation as me, just so maybe I can give someone out there a little peace of mind, because having done it myself, there was a lot of stress involved and a lot of just doubt and uncertainty. So I'm out here figuring it out for myself, and I'm just relaying that information to anyone that might be interested. So we have now done like a handful of difficult climbs, and this is what I've noticed. First, yes, I'm still very out of shape. So like it's really hard for me to distinguish between that and, you know, what's happening. So yes, I'm also at elevation. I came from the East Coast, and now we're at like 6,000 feet. So anytime I do that, I always have a tough time the first couple of rides anyway. So those things being said, I am getting quite out of breath, but I think there's a very good thing. There is something really positive happening so far, and that is I'm not having a tough time catching my breath, like recovering. So like, though I'm getting extremely winded, I think I normally would be, and I'm fine. I'm getting recovered just fine.
I'd say it's more similar to just adjusting to altitude.
Yeah, well, that's why I was acknowledging, is like these are all factors that are contributing. So far, no tightness in my chest. I still have like the slightest bit of like congestion, just very little bit. And
we're also monitoring the pace.
And we're going at a relatively chill pace. So yeah, so far so good, I'd say. Yesterday was very easy and I had no issue with anything at all. I woke up today feeling great. Today is definitely already a much more strenuous climb. So I think this was a very needed test before linking up with freaking Brian and going and riding stuff at like 12,000 feet elevation. So I am, I'm anxious to see how this goes and how I feel tomorrow. But we've still got a lot of ride left and a lot of really fun rides. So I'm also very excited about that. Oh man, it's so pretty out here. I love Colorado so much. We can just see all down into town. It's so cool. I love the feeling of like being way out here and looking out down, and you know, millions of people down there. And we're just up here above it all the noise. I like it. I was hoping you were gonna say that. He said, are you ready for some DH? Oh my, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I need to stay tight on him so I can follow his lines. I remember it gets quite rocky in here. Like this whole trail has some really nasty spots. All about line choice. Like, oh my God. This is great. Stay loose, Alex. Yeah. Yeah, boys. Dude, holy shit. Nice. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy I have your lines. Yeah, dude. Yo, even if this doesn't turn out to be the best thing for my body, it's sure as hell good for my soul. That was fun, man. Yeah. Oh man. I feel, and look, check it out.
Yeah, clear lungs.
I can recover. All right. So now we're traversing like across the valley to the other side, and I think we're gonna be in the sun now. Or we'll get back to being in the sun. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh, cool colors. Wow, it's so pretty in here. What is this little oasis? Cheers, guys. Thank you for watching, man. All right. This is the last big push. That was probably the biggest sustained climb we've done. I think my legs are the weakest link right here. I'm not only coming off of COVID, coming off of a leg break. So I'm not in good shape. By any means. I got a lot going against me here. So we're now across from where we were, and it's pretty cool.
So we just crossed the power lines.
Yeah.
It's our traditional rest back.
This is rad. So we were over there a minute ago. All right, a little check-in again. We're at this second like fun downhill section, and we had our most sustained climb there, and it was kind of like a grind. I stopped halfway up and caught my breath. Like I said earlier, it still holds true. I'm still doing fine catching my breath and recovering. Like I'm fully recovered right now. I am on a new rig, actually, something that's new. I am on a new helmet, this Troy Lee stage helmet, and I finally upgraded to a GoPro, the newest GoPro. I realized that I was all the way back on a 7, so I'm stoked to see how this footage all turns out. I figured it was about time to upgrade, given I'm, back making ride videos so frequently. So, all right, I'm ready for some fun. This is gonna be some rocky madness. But luckily, John's got the lines. All right, buddy, after you. Have a good ride. Let's do it. Uh-oh, let's do it, buddy. This is pretty nasty. Oh, what the? Right off the bat. That's like a big move. Oh gosh. It is just chunk city up in here. Brian would love it. Oh my gosh. Pedal strike. Dude, just trying to look ahead. What? What? Oh my gosh, that was nasty. Holy. That is no joke. Wow. I'm definitely walking some of this, John. Oh, dude, no way. John's an animal. This guy's turning 50 this weekend, by the way. What a boss. Okay. So after that downhill, I want to say, and again, it's like, what is the cause of it? I have no idea, but I'm gonna say, I feel so weak. Like my legs underneath me felt weak. and my arms.
On the downhill?
Yeah, on the downhill, everything just feels weak.
It's like a jarring.
But like I said, you know, I've been off the bike for so long. So I wouldn't just attribute that to the last week of being sick. So I missed a really cool chunky section, but John assures me there's more. Some drops coming up on this section. Oh my God. He said that this stuff is freaking awesome. I remember this section being really cool. Oh my gosh, some loose stuff. Wow, this is cool. Howdy guys. Yeah, bud. Drop number 1. Number 2. Yeah. Oh yeah, I went over the RC. There was a dude, that was an RC climb and I jumped over it because I didn't see it. All right. Man, I am just enjoying being on my bike right now. Tremendously. The thing about getting sick or getting injured is, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I got that. That was so awkward. The thing about getting sick or getting injured is I really appreciate when you'd have your health back. What the shit? Okay. What is this? Oh, that was so cool. Oh. I have a really hard time knowing what gear to be in here and like where to have my saddle because the trail is constantly changing. Hiker up. Hello. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good. Great. Actually. Oh! Skirt! I gotta give John a massive shout out for coming out these past couple days and riding with me, helping me, encouraging me to get back out and, you know, just kind of test things out and do it the right way. He's been pretty awesome. Yeah! Thanks, man. Cheers. All right, so I'd say that was a resounding success personally. Just to let everyone know, I have waited some number of days between doing that ride with John and where I'm at now. And I want to do that because, well, I needed to do that because here's what happened. After the first ride, as you guys saw, I felt totally fine. But the second ride, I realized my second ride back, I did start realizing something was going on, and that was that I wasn't like fully recovering between my rides. I was having a harder time. The first ride was great because it was the first one and I was 100%, but then the second one, I felt towards the end of the ride that I was really worn, like more worn than just a single ride. And then the third ride that continued. So that was a little disconcerting to me, but I have waited even longer than that, and what I've come to realize is that I'm pretty sure that was just my body adjusting to the altitude. So long story short, I have in what I believe is made a full recovery from COVID, and I'm extremely happy about that. I have no long-lasting lung issues. I do have a strange like circle like red mark, like rash or something that is on my chest, and that has not gone away. I'll have to talk to my doctor about that, but that's not really what I care about. What I care about is riding, and I have now, as of this moment, I have done a whole slew of rides since my recovery, and you guys know what that means. I just talked to Brian and told him Redemption CO is on. We are doing it, and I hope you guys are really stoked about that. So anyway, I really hope that this video makes sense, like why I made it and why I'm putting it out there in the world. I know I'm opening myself up to a ton of criticism. I know there's gonna be people saying I did stuff wrong, or I'm like, I don't know. But what I hope is that there are a few of you guys that benefited from hearing my experience, or like appreciated hearing my experience, because that was all the intention was. It was to share what happened to me. I've gone so long without getting COVID. You know, so it was quite a shock when I finally did, and quite a bummer, obviously, the timing. But I'm really happy to be on the end of it now. I'm really happy to be on the other side of it now, and I'm even more grateful that everything is feeling fine and that I'm able to ride hard on the bike, and all that's really standing in my way is my personal fitness. So anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you were able to get something out of that, and if not, I just hope you enjoyed the ride. You know, that's cool too. Super fun road trip coming up with my buddy Brian from BKXC. We are going on the like third or fourth, I can't even remember what it is, Redemption road trip. This is going to be all in Colorado, where we first met. The entire story began. I started my YouTube channel here after meeting Brian and going on these first rides, and we are going to kind of retrace our steps. So it's going to be super epic. I hope you guys are even a little bit as stoked as I am about that. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that so that you guys can follow along for this epic road trip that's about to come. And if not, that's cool. I'll see you guys when I see you. And until then, you know what to do. Live free, ride hard, and get stoked. Woo!